Okay, I just got this one from Amazon, and this one is a 1 terabyte SSD, and also the connector USB 3.0, so I can configure this one for dual boot window and Catalina. So they are keyed, so we can plug them in. Connector made it really well. It seems to be very solid. Now let's plug it in. So since this one is 7mm thick, so it's actually smaller. That's why it's different, but it's okay. That's gonna plug it in. Oh, it's 11:05, which is, it took like 15 minutes to install the whole Windows and all of this setup. I use mini partition to partition 700 gig for Catalina, since Windows won't let me. Okay, so it's time to install Catalina. Boot for macOS Catalina. Hey. Wow, it's fast. This is 4600. So we're gonna go this utility. And this one is 700 gig. This is the one I want to install it to, okay? Erase. Okay, so we're gonna erase this one to Catalina 112. It's MacBook Pro 12. 11.2, okay? Perfect. So now, close this. Install macOS. Continue. Agree. Agree. So there it is, Catalina 112. We're going to go from there. So how long does it take? 3 minutes. So all the SSD is fast. This is the second time. So we're going to boot from Catalina install. So normally they would do it 3 times. So this is the second time. So this time it's going to reboot real fast for maybe 1 minute. Yep, there it is. So we're going to go to install from Catalina 112. Oh, it's going to take 12 minutes. Oh, 11 minutes. 10 minutes. Wow. This thing is fast. Okay, let's see how fast this one goes. Done. All right, we're done. This is post Catalina. So let's see. Trackpad is already there. Tracking speed. Bluetooth is already there. And sound already there. That's nice. Display is working. Okay, so let's go to security. General. Firewall. You gotta turn this on. Unlock this first. So turn on firewall. Firewall option. Enable stealth. Network. Ethernet is already there. Perfect. So now what we need to do is to use, let's do the finder, sidebar, check everything here. Advanced, well, I can leave it there. 1536 megs, so it's good. So Bluetooth, everything is working. Now what we need to do is to use hacking tool to install Kext. Install Kext, we go to tools, and right here We're gonna go to Clover. We need Airport, Apple ALC, Broadcom stuff, PEG SMC, Lilu, Realtek, Voodoo, whatever green. So if you follow my instruction on how to create a Clover, will boot with everything, Mojave, High Sierra, and also El Capitan if you want. We're gonna fix that. This util list. So the EFI is this 0 S1. So let's look inside here. EFI. So the Microsoft is in here. So what we need to do is to install. So we're going to go to Clover. Allowed. Let's install this. So customize. Clover EFI. Actually, we don't need any of this because we already have the other one already. So install. Okay, it's pretty fast, huh? To the EFI folder. So the first thing we want to do, we want to boot straight to Clover. Then we're going to change this one to dash original. Okay, drivers. Now we're going to take everything from the one that we booted before. That's why we use the same one, 570. So what's inside here? All of these stuff that we need. Okay, we're going to copy the ACPI. So inside here they have a patch folder. I'm just going to use my patch folder in here. What's inside here? All of these stuff. Okay, fast. So the next one we want to do, we want to config. So all we want is config, install all. Gotta go back out. Replace. Okay, so the Kext. Other. Inside here is nothing.
Here's my Kext here. Alternate A, alternate C, alternate B.
Alright, so first thing we want to do is to see if the ACPI is running. So we're going to go to Intel. So we're going to download this one. So let's see if this one works. Yep, minimum is 1. Yep, it went up to 3.3 by design. So that's good. The minimum before went down if we don't do anything, 2.7. So 700 megs, which is really good. And the high one go up to 33 is by design, so it's perfect. Let's see how the Bluetooth works. Catalina on HD4600. Reboot, that battery doesn't show up anymore. So the first thing we want to do is to remove the wake for network. So when we wake up, the Wi-Fi will be good. So do we need this? Yeah, we can do that. Put hard disk to sleep when possible. Yeah. So we cannot show. So what's the problem? Let's fix it. Oh, one more thing. We need to find out EN0 is important. So, good. EN1 better be the airport. So we're good. So ACPI battery manager. Did we install in here? Okay, so after install the ACPI battery management into the library extension, and it's back. So everything's working now. Let's check to see if the HDMI works. Catalina on HD4600, and this one is HDMI. So the HDMI works and the sound works, and this sound is Intel and IDT 92HD91BXX. So you can hear a podcast from the speaker over there. So now you will unplug it. Should go back to built-in.
I'm here to see Sergeant.
So the sound works. The keyboard works with the backlight dimming. It's very nice. Wi-Fi works. Bluetooth works. And AirDrop works. To Louis' MacBook. Yes. Open in Photos. There you go. Christmas. Let's do AirDrop, but make sure that the AirDrop by everyone. Okay, so I'm going to put this one to sleep. Okay, so it took almost a minute, 52 seconds. Okay, so it wakes up now. For those who has the kernel panic after it wakes up on Catalina, you have to patch the kernel to make it work. The kernel panic is from the Apple ALC. To fix the USB 3.0 power every time we plug in a USB 3.0 device, we cannot use the RehabMan patch SSDT. So I actually have to modify the IOUSB host family.kext just like before and install it into the system library extension to fix it. So if you look at my old tutorial on how to patch the Apple 3.0, which is this one, and we're going to go to MacBook Pro 11.2. So in here we patch the actually just like what the IO registry would tell us, which is all of these. So when we patch them correctly, then we use the hacking tool to repair and permission for the system library extension and install it in there. So thanks to Lilu and whatever green, we can actually boot or install any Intel graphics laptop or desktop. Okay, so what we need to do is in the Kext, in the other, we need to have the whatever green, the latest version 1.34, and Lilu 1.39, USB inject all from RehabMan 0.71, Voodoo controller Kext 1.92, also the Realtek 221. The fake SMC I use is 1758. Codec Commander for wakes up. The Wi-Fi is 2.7.1. And if you have DW1560 or any combo CE123H Azure Wave Broadcom and Bluetooth combo, you need these 3 right here for the Bluetooth to work. And we need to use the airport Broadcom fix up. This one is from whatever green also. So you don't need the fake PCI ID or anything like that like before. ACPI battery manager is 1.81.4 for this. Okay. So a SCI port injector you need if you cannot set it in the BIOS like this one. So these are the Kext that you need to actually make any laptop. So this one even works from Haswell 4400 all the way up to the HD620, which is Kaby Lake. Okay, the drivers on the Clover 5070, the UEFI, I use all of these here, all the 64, and HFS Plus and NTFS. That's it. The ACPI, I use the first thing is that you'd use the original SSDT and DSDT, but you have to patch it so that simple thing that you need, the config. So this is my config here. So most of the people cannot boot is because of the config file. So the ACPI, the SSDT, very simple. Drop it, drop OEM. So this is the name. This is the SDT that I patch with the battery. Fixes, I put these 3 as before. The patches, I only put 2. ECO to EC. This is for the power of the USB, okay? Underscore HEC to EC. Change this one, fix this one. So change all the HEC to EC. So if you SSDT, drop OEM yes. After you compile this one, you change all the H underscore EC to EC already. And these are the ones they don't have. So you leave original there. And so you go through the SSDT of your system. So the best way to get the SSDT and the SDT is using read-write everything. So I also have a tutorial on how to do that. This one right here is generated by PRGen. So if you look at my old tutorial, SSDT PRGen will generate this one so that you can have the power speed steps management system, okay? And this one I use is the DSDT PNLF so that it will give you the backlight really bright from whatever green. So if you go there, you get it. It's already embedded in there, so you can open it up. So this is the one. So the reason you use this one is because they use GFX0. So I don't change anything to iGPU. Let's go to the boot. So I have this, all of these things here, Bluetooth. Sometimes the Bluetooth wakes up and it's gone or it's no longer work. So added this here will make it work. Devices. So on this old one, I don't use a property from whatever green USB. I still use the fake GFX. And this one, if you go to whatever green manual, you will see which one. This one is for Haswell. The audio you inject. So this one right here has the audio IDT 92 HD, right? So they only have 2, 4, 5 of the layout ID. You're going to have to try them all. So layout ID 13 on Catalina, and I use 12 on the Mojave, and it works perfectly. But for Catalina, I have to use layout ID 13 for it to work and still have the sound. So you have to go through and find out which one works. Disable driver is normal. All of these don't really care. The graphics, I still use IG Platform ID. This one is for Haswell also. So what do I inject? I inject Intel, kernel and patches. Force Kext to load. It's been there. To fix Catalina ALC after wake. So every time you put it to sleep and you wake, it stays for about 5-15 seconds after it's loaded everything. It's reboot. So you need this one, and I read it on the whatever green website. VIT9696 will have this. So you need to use Clover configurator, kernel and patches, and you're gonna use the kernel to patch right here, okay? And then you're gonna find, you add, so you're gonna find this whole string here from the website, this whole string here, and then you're gonna replace with this string down here. Okay, so now that is to fix the Catalina Apple ALC. Kext to patch. So you have to patch all 4 USB from PM Hard. Also Pike Alpha on this one. Graphics device policy. Well, external, if you want to do that. Enable trim on SSD. Enable eternal device after sleep. You need this one. The boot graphics glitch. I put this one because it was glitching the screen on the bottom. Also, I use this one too. All right. System parameter. Inject Kext is use detect and not yes. RT variable. The ROM here is actually your Ethernet or Wi-Fi hardware MAC address. The SM BIOS is very important that you use the MacBook Pro 11.2 for HD4600 laptop. If you get all of these in place, you can boot perfectly with Catalina. With the Catalina, even with the eGalaxy Touch, it's loaded, but it's actually not working at all. But it works in the Mojave, but I don't really need to use this anyhow. Catalina, I've been using it, and it's really solid. The 32-bit, all of the old program like Kext Utility is not working anymore.